Nandito na siya. Hi, sir. 36 na sila. Ay!
Since learners do not solely rely on grades. Nais ko yung magbahagi ng ilang rason kung bakit kailangan natin i-digitize.
Magandang araw sa inyong lahat. Welcome to another episode of online series of EdukTrends PH. Kung si Jardson Onio at ako ang trending sa episode na ito. Ngayong araw, pag-uusapan natin kung paano i-digitize ang ating mga learning resources, lalo na ang mga visual aids. Bagong lahat, nais kong magbigay ng ilang rason kung bakit kailangan natin ng mga visual materials. Visual aids, when properly used, help gain and hold the attention of the students. Accordingly, 65% of world's population are visual learners. Visual aids are definitely appealing to them, hence, they are highly motivated to learn. Using illustrations that complement the text, not just a decoration or to patch empty spaces, visual aids can be very useful in supporting a topic, and combination to another learning modalities would further the learning. Finally, good instructional aids can also help solve certain language barrier problems, since learners do not solely rely on words or text. Nais ko rin magbahagi ng ilang rason kung bakit kailangan nating i-digitize ang ating mga learning resources. Una, there's a difference in the quality of a hand-drawn from a learning resource rendered digitally. Obviously, from this hand-drawn learning resource, the quality is not that good, especially the coloring. It is not even. Next, it will be easier on our part to create changes, such as the color of the shirt of this man. Finally, it is more convenient for us when it comes to production. Just imagine an illustrator or a teacher painting a dog over and over. It would be very demanding. Now, before we digitize, I want to share this picture story from Tamuli. If you were the owner of the magic pencil, what would you draw? And as a teacher, how will you create change and empower lives of your learners? Once again, welcome to Digitizing Learning Resources. Illustrating. I call them illustrating because I suppose we are all beginners in illustration. Illustrating number 1, consult the writer in crafting your illustrations. This sets drawing from illustrations because illustrations involve consultations with the developers. You may adopt a storyboard such as this. Below, we have here the text or narrations, and above, we have here the sketches. So after you agree on the placements and specific details, you may now finalize your illustrations adhering to DepEd social content guidelines. As an example, allow me to read this. One fine school day, Juan noticed that Pedro seemed to have a problem and cannot focus on his studies. Pedro told his friend Juan regarding his problem on his finances like rental and tuition fees. Juan willingly lent money to Pedro, and Pedro was able to pay back, and that made the relationship even closer. Next tip, draw the content illustrations first before coming up with the cover art. This will allow you to capture the main idea of the material, so you have to come up with the content illustrations first, such as this, before coming up with your cover art, entitled Lemons of Life. Next step, familiarize the kind of paper and the type of printing which the learning resource is to be printed. When it will be reproduced, will it be black and white, or colored, because black and white or grayscale is appropriate to newsprint paper, whereas colored illustrations are appropriate to C2S paper or technical or mechanical bond paper. Remember also to follow CMYK, cyan, magenta, yellow, and black printer color scheme, not RGB. And choose and use colors carefully because colors have different significance and meanings. For subject areas, for example, green is for math, blue is for English, and orange is for science. Next tip, create illustrations which are correct, original, and suitable to learners. The depiction of the sizes, especially the proportion, should be correct. We cannot have an ant as big as this next to a tree as small as that. Remember also to respect intellectual property rights of individuals and institutions. Photocopying and scanning of published illustrations from the internet are strictly prohibited. Finally, as much as possible, contextualize or localize your learning resources. Draw Filipino characters. Integrate Philippine culture and demography. Why give snow as an example of a thing that starts with S when there's no snow here in the country? Thus, learning resources should be appropriate to learners' age and life situations. Next tip, create illustrations which are simpler and free of clutter. The illustration and text should be combined properly. When combining illustration and text, see to it that the text is readable. The illustration on the left is not combined properly, and it is not as readable as the one on the right. Starting number 6, when cropping, avoid the joints like the shoulders, knees, and elbows. You should not be drawing your characters in this manner. Otherwise, the learners may think that they have disabilities. To provide solution, we can place something in front of them, like these two illustrations here. A car maybe, grasses, and the likes. Starting number 7, use flatbed scanner. Scan at 300 to 600 dpi, then save as a JPEG, PNG, or TIF. But with the app that we're going to use later, you will be advised to make use of 300 dpi. The one on the left was scanned using flatbed scanner, and on the right was scanned using a handheld cell phone. Next tip, create illustrations facing the gutter. This will sustain the attention of the learner. When the character is facing outward, their attention will be directed somewhere or towards that direction. Moreover, do not divide the illustration into 2 pages or place the illustration along the gutter because the learner will make fun of the characters by closing and opening of the material. Next tip, apply compositional techniques like rule of thirds and rule of odds. These are being used also in photography. Imagine a 3 by 3 table. You place the subject at the intersections of the lines to create mystery. Unless you are celebrating symmetry, like symmetry of face or symmetry of the building, you may place them at the center. When working with horizons or the seas, do not place them at the center, but place them along either of the 2 horizontal lines. Starting number 10, use callouts or labels in speech balloons for emphasis, such as the following products. You may also draw a thin line, then the label, especially when naming parts of a machine or an organ system. As for speech balloons, starting number 11, the final one, sustain consistency of the illustrations and never use them repeatedly. To be consistent with your characters, celebrate and emphasize dominant features such as shapes of the eyes, haircuts, presence of moles, clothes, and other accessories. In this example, I made use of the differences of their eyes, their bags, and their haircuts since they're both learners and they are in uniform. Now, never use an illustration over and over. Learners hook learning to illustrations most of the time. Repeating your illustrations will just create confusion among them. And that wraps our illustration tips. We are now ready to digitize. By the way, feel free to comment and suggest on the comment section below. You may ask questions through Messenger on my Facebook account, Jardson Onio. And if you wish to watch this one more time, you may visit my YouTube channel, Jardson Onio. I have more digital art tutorials and hacks and drawings for you to explore there. Please visit, watch, like, and subscribe. Soon, I'll be posting statistical tool tutorials to aid in your researches, so subscribe to be updated. Alright, for today's session, we will have two parts. The first one, coloring hand drawings using paint tool SAI, maximizing the use of your brushes, textures, palettes, and swatches. The other half is dedicated to drawing and tracing, then edit to make it your own. Paint tool SAI is a Japanese lightweight graphics editor and painting software developed by Systemax. Just type Paint tool SAI on your browser and you can easily download the software. The link to download is also found in the description of today's episode. For someone who have tried Adobe Photoshop, I find this software very light and easy to manipulate. At times, we wish we should have colored our hand drawings or visual aids to make them more appealing and realistic. But since we're not good at coloring or tired of using regular crayons, pastel, and color paints, we left it as is. With Paint tool SAI, you can color your illustrations easily but with good quality. When you're done drawing or securing your line drawings, scan the illustration at 300 dpi. Now that we're done scanning the image, we open it on Paint tool SAI. First thing that we're going to do is to clean our image. So we go to Filter and we increase the hue and saturation. Never mind increasing the luminescence. And we click OK. We go again to Filter and we increase the brightness, contrast, and color deepen. And we click OK. Finally, we go to Layer and we click on Luminance to Transparency. Now we're ready to color. By the way, we have three selection tools here. We have the rectangular selection if you want to select in rectangular form. We also have lasso if you want a free-form selection. And we have here magic wand, which I use most of the time in selecting closed figure. Parts turning blue signify that they were selected. And to deselect, you press Ctrl Z on your keyboard or go to Selection and choose Clear. Now, the number one concern in using Magic Wand is that all parts should be closed. Notice that our hand here is not yet closed, the wrist part, so we go to Pen and we close it. I know the line is not that good, but later I'm going to give you a better option in closing the figure. And now we can proceed to coloring. If you cannot see the image clearly, you can zoom in or zoom out. You can rotate also the canvas if you're not comfortable coloring in that manner, but that will do for me. So now we color the skin. We first choose the skin part of the hand. Now we go to bucket, we click on bucket and we choose a good brown color. Here we can see the color that we are choosing and the one below is the color that we previously chose. I guess this brown is good. And we click on the skin part of the hand. Now it's good to show shadows and highlights so that it will not be a flat or two-dimensional image. We look for wet brush or watercolor and choose a darker brown. we brush on the parts that we think are hidden from the source of light. We can adjust the size of the brush here on the size section, but you may use open bracket to make the brush smaller and close bracket to make the brush bigger. Then, darken the parts hidden from the light, such as the following. With the use of wet brush, we choose a lighter color than the base and brush it on the areas exposed to the light, such as the following. Finally, use blend or blur brushes to blend colors. In my case, I am fond of using blur brushes. Now, we click where the colors meet. And we will have a smooth transition of colors. Who said coloring is difficult? It is a matter of being aware where the source of light is. Don't forget to click Ctrl+D to deselect or go to Selection and choose Clear. We do that before proceeding to the nails. I find it simple if we just color the nails using a plain color pigment. So let's use texture. We will be putting pattern to the whole hand if we do not create a different layer. So we add a separate layer for the nails. Then that's the time we put some texture. First, we click on the magic wand and choose our nails. We go to texture and we choose chaos 1. We go back to the nails and click each nail. And there you go. Please explore the rest of the texture. We can also adjust the scale if you want. The good thing of saving the image as SCSI file is that you can go back and make modifications later. You just click OK. So even if we close this and we open it, we still have our layers, layer 2, and we can just go back to layer 2 and change the color. Just clicking on the nails. See how convenient it is? You can go orange or blue. And if you're contented with the color, we save it just like how we did a while back and choose the JPEG and click save. Gamitin ulit natin ang size sa pagkulay. Ngunit ngayon, hindi lang po brushes at texture ang ating gagamitin, kundi palette at swatches. Buksan po ang imahe sa ating paint tool side. And ang sabi ko kanina, i-click po ang filter at itaas ng bahagya ang hue at saturation maliban po sa luminescence at i-click ang OK. Punta po ulit tayo sa filter, i-click ang brightness at contrast at itaas, lalo na po ang color deepen at i-click ang OK. Huli na po to, i-click ang layer at i-click ang luminance to transparency. At pwede mo nang kulayan. Kaso, mas gusto ko pong i-rotate ang canvas, palakihin ang imahe. Ngayon, unahin po nating lagyan ng kulay ang balat ng lalaki. So punta po tayo sa, click po natin ang magic wand at piliin kung saan ang balat ng lalaki. Ngayon, click po natin ang bucket at mamili ng kulay ng balat. Kung hindi po tayo magaling mamili ng mga kulay, maaari po tayo mag-download ng skin color palette sa ating mga browsers kaya ng Internet Explorer o kaya Google Chrome. Nakapag-download na po ako kanina kaya bubuksan na lang po natin ito sa Paint Tools site. Ayan. Lakihan ko lang po. So sa gitnang bahagi, doon natin makikita ang ating mga base colors. Sa taas naman po, kung saan natin makikita ang ating mga highlights o yun ang gagamitin natin sa mga naliliwanagang parte ng katawan ng tao at sa baba naman po yung mga shadows natin o contour. So gamit po ang color picker, piliin po natin ang ating base color at balik po tayo sa imahe ng lalaki at piliin po ulit ang bucket. I-click lang po dun sa katawan ng lalaki. Yan po. Ngayon, punta po tayo sa skin color. Gamit ulit ang color picker. Unahin muna natin ang ating contour. So sa ibabang bahagi ng palette, balik po tayo sa imahe ng lalaki. Gamit ang wet brush. Lagyan po natin ng maitim na kulay.
I could fall in. I didn't care about all of your thoughts, and I dream about you from time to time. Then wake up thinking that you're still mine. I look across and expect to see your face, and remember you're 1,000 miles away.
Sunod po ay ang ating highlight. So, gamit po ulit ang color picker, balik tayo sa ating skin color palette at piliin po ang itaas na bahagi. Balik po tayo sa katawan ng lalaki. Gamit po ulit ang wet brush. I-click po natin dito sa babang parte ng mata. Sa gitna ng ating dalawang mata o sa ating noo. At sa mga naliliwanagang parte ng ating kamay. At lagyan po natin ng highlight ang ating nose bridge. Ngayon, pwede na po natin i-blend ang mga kulay gamit ang blur. I-click lang po kung saan nagsasama-sama o nagturugtong mga kulay.
Wake up thinking that you're still mine. I look across and expect to see your face, and remember you're 1,000 miles away.
Now let me teach you how to use swatches. This is one way to sustain skin tone of your characters, especially when working with storybooks and comic strips. Go to Skin Color Palette, use Color Picker, choose the color, go to Swatches, right-click, then click Set. Do the same thing with the contour and highlight. Color Pick, Swatches, right-click, Set. Color Picker, Swatches, right-click, Set. Next time you open Sai, these colors will be readily available unless you remove them by right-clicking and remove. Right-clicking, remove, right-clicking, remove. Gamit ang magic wand, piliin ang buhok, isama na po ang kilay at saka ang mga mata. At wag po mag-alala, Si LZ lang po kung sakali may napili tayo na aksidente. Ngayon naman, para magkaroon ng hair strands, piliin ang ating airbrush at mamili ng mas mapusyaw na itim kaysa sa ating unang itim na kulay. At ihagod lang po sa ating buhok. Dahil sa kulot ang buhok, kaya pabilog po ang ating paghagod. Magdagdag ng panibagong layer at pangalanan itong damit. Gamit ang magic wand, piliin ang damit maliban sa kwelyo at botones. I-click ang bucket at mamili sa mga texture, gaya na lang ng checkerboard o chessboard. At i-click po sa ating damit. I-click lang po ang CTRL-D to deselect. Magdagdag ng panibagong layer at pangalanan itong lamesa. Gamit ang magic wand, piliin ang lamesa at i-click ang bucket at i-click ang texture. Gamitin po natin ang wool cloth wand at mamili ng brown na kulay. At i-click lang po sa lamesa. Taasan po natin ang scale para mas kita ang texture. Tapos, CTRL-D to deselect. Magdagdag ng huling layer at pangalanan itong panulat. Gamit ang magic wand, piliin ang panulat, i-click ang bucket, mamili ng asul na kulay, at ibalik sa ating panulat. If you opted to draw on Paint Tool side because the line drawings are so much better, open the app, click File, and select New. Now, let's choose our paper size. Let's make use of A4 at 300 ppi. The resolution, 300 pixels per inch, should be sustained all the time, and we click OK. Now, we add a new line work layer because layers are for coloring. We have three options in creating our line drawings: pen, line, and curves. Pen is used to draw freely, while lines are being used to create straight lines. And every click, it creates sharp angles. If you wish to end, just double-click or enter on your keyboard. And lastly, which is mostly used, curve. Here, clicking is the key. And every click, just like your line drawings, it will create angles, but this time, smoother. Now let's start drawing a front liner. Every time you want to create curve, you have to click. Don't hesitate to make mistake because you can just press Ctrl-Z on your keyboard or on the button above. If you wish to end the line, double-click on your mouse or enter on your keyboard. You may erase previously drawn line using eraser, And you may click Edit to edit points and lines by dragging them anywhere. Now let me continue the drawing. Next scenario is when you want to redraw your hand drawings because the lines are so much better inside, or simply you want to copy an. After opening the image, add a new line work and drag it down. Go back to layer 1, then lower the opacity of the image. Go back to line work, click on curve, then follow the lines. Every click creates an angle, so be careful. If there's an error, go back using Ctrl Z or undo above. And if you want to end the line, double click the mouse or enter.
Only took one look and I was falling. I knew it from the moment that I saw. Ocean not so deep that I could fall in. I didn't care about all of your flaws. And I dream about you from time to time. Then wake up thinking that you're still mine. I look across and expect to see your face. Then remember you're 1,000 miles away.
To check if you are tracing correctly, click the eye on the left side of layer 1. Now, if you're on the right track, click once more to put the image back.
Up and now I'm falling. Since you left, I've drifted out to sea. All the nights we danced away till morning. I miss the days that it was you and me. And I dream about you from time to time. Then wake up thinking that you're still mine.
If you're done tracing, go back to layer 1 and delete it. Now you have a brand new line work. However, it's not yet yours. But if you distort, then that's another story. Go to line work 1, click edit, move the dots to modify. You can flatten the nose, make it smile, thicken the eyebrows, and make the face wider. You can now proceed to usual coloring. Use the swatches that we have saved to contour and put highlights. These colors are permanent every time you open Sai, unless you intentionally remove them. It would be information overload on your part, so I guess we can end it here for now. Hopefully, you continue exploring the software. If you're thinking or wondering on how to multiply and move characters on your illustration, use Adobe Illustrator to make the line drawings of your scanned images better, and the rest of the digital and hand drawing tips, visit my YouTube account, Jardson Onio. I also have cooking and baking tutorials for you to enjoy. God bless everyone. Salimutang i-like at i-share ang episode natin. Till next encounter, I'm Jardson Onio. Tayo ay in sa edukasyong digital.
Hi, Sir Jardson. Ayan, hello po. Good afternoon. Hello? Sir Jardson? Hi, sir. Narinig niyo po ba si Sir Jardson? Hello po? Sir Jardson? Sir Jardson, hello. Ayan, kung may question po kayo, please type in the comment box below. Ayan, ang ganda daw po ng boses ni Sir Jardson. Sir Jardson, hello sir. Ayan, hello ka naman sa ating mga viewers, Sir Jardson. Sir Jardson? Sir Jardson? Ayan, di ata ako naririnig ni Sir Jardson. So, ayun po. Kung may mga question po kayo kay Sir Jardson, grabe, no? Ang galing po niya mag-drawing. So, sana ganun din ako kagaling mag-drawing. So, kung nakikita nyo ang ginawa po ni Sir Jardson, gumawa po siya ng, dinigitize niya po yung, yung visual, yung mga instruction materials po. So, ang galing po mag-drawing ni Sir Jardson. Sana tayo din, sana all. So, wait lang po, i-chat ko si Sir Jardson para makasama natin. Ayan. Grabe, si Sir Jardson po ay galing pang Benguet. Isa po siyang guro sa Mankayan National School. Sa Benguet po ka siya. Tama po, Sir Jardson, sa Benguet siya, no?
Good afternoon, everyone. I hope you enjoyed our video session this afternoon. So if you have any questions like what I have said a while back, feel free to put them on the comment section. And as for the tips, I have given you the tips already. So maybe just a few words of encouragement when it comes to coming up with our digital illustrations. If you cannot look for a learning resource, we develop them. That's actually one of the challenges that teachers are facing nowadays, especially that we are strictly observing intellectual property rights of other institutions or even individuals. In fact, if you have committed for the first offense, if you have committed copyright infringement, you will be charged 50,000 to 150,000 pesos plus 1 to 3 years of imprisonment. And how much more if you will do it for the second and the third time?
So, yan. So importante rin po sa atin as educators na natingnan natin yung data privacy and yung copyright. Siyempre, yung iba kasi, it's not for you to reuse it. It's not labeled for you. May mga copyright issue din po tayo. So, since tayo mga teachers, we really need to curate resources kung ano talaga yung dapat natin gamitin. Tama po ba, Sir Jardson? Ayan, hello po, Sir Jardson. Ayan, may mga question po ba kayo kay Sir Jardson? Ito, galing kay Ma'am Rosie May Patongay. Sir, free po ba ang SAI program na ginamit? So, more power. Sir, may question po dito from Ma'am Rosie May
Wala.
Patongay.
Hindi ko marinig.
Free po ba yung SAI program na ginamit?
Yes, Sir Jolan?
Sir, is this free daw po yung SAI program na ginamit mo
May
kanina?
questions po ba?
Yes po. May question po tayo dito. Kung free daw po ba yung SAI
Oh,
program?
sir, free po ba yung site program na ginamit more power? Oh, here. There's a question. Hello po.
Yes, sir. Naririnig ka po namin, sir. Sir Jardson. Naririnig ka po namin, Sir Jardson. We can hear you, Sir Jardson. We can hear you. Okay, for the registration form po, ano ko po uli ha, i-share ko po sa inyo. Sir Jardson, are you still there? Okay. Medyo nawawala po si Sir Jardson. So, for the link po ulit ng registration, wait lang po ha, mali po ang link na binigay natin kanina. So, this is the link for the registration. Kaya po hindi gumagana. Sorry po. Ito po ang link natin for registration. So, ayan po. So, tomorrow po ay last day natin. So, makakasama naman po natin si Sir Marvin. So, si Sir Marvin naman po ay will talk about digitizing also the instructional materials that you already have. Ayan. Ayan po yung link, yung bagong link po, nasa comment box po. Please double check. Ayan po. Please double check the link. It's public na po, so you don't need permission na. It's already public. Ayan. So, medyo nawawala po si Sir Jardson. So, kung may mga questions pa po ba kayo, teachers? May mga questions pa po ba kayo? Ayan, kasama rin natin ngayon si Sir Frankie. Hi, Sir Frankie. So,
Hello,
ayan,
good
po is
afternoon.
sa mga kasama natin sa ating EdukTrends PH. So,
Ayan, nagkakaproblema lang si Sir Jardson sa kanyang internet connection.
dahil dyan, basa muna tayo ng mga comments, no? Galing kay Ma'am Jennifer Poming. Parang announcer sa TV radio si Sir, ang galing. Napawaw ako sa boses niya kanina. Oo nga, grabe, parang announcer, para siyang broadcaster. Si Sir Jardson.
Totoo.
So, meron din tayo dito na this enhances creativity and this helps me a lot because I am not that gifted in arts. But through this app, I guess this gives me interest. Thanks a lot. Keep safe and God bless. So, di ba? From Ma'am Mary Irene De Vera. Sir Jolan, meron po bang series of webinars for next week? Yes po, meron po tayo.
Meron pa po.
We will upload the topics and the speakers tomorrow morning. So makikita na po natin ng ating mga speakers and the topics for your webinars. Also, if you want, sana makapag-set din kayo sa studio, no? kahit 4 to 5 lang, 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. na isama nyo sila na manood ng EdukTrends.
Yes, not just next week, Sir Jolan, na meron pa rin tayo month until, I think, July. hanggang next month, actually, meron pa kaming mga naka-line up na speakers. So, I hope na you continue to support EdukTrends PH.
And so, medyo di ko alam kung sa akin yung electric fan, but I removed my electric fan. So, teachers, also, we will be having, for those who are still watching, meron pa tayong 15 na viewers. We will be having a special session on Monday from 10 o'clock to 11:30 a.m. 10 o'clock to 11:30 a.m. Me, I will talk about an introduction to to online distance learning, what it sets apart from the rest of the strategies, from the rest of your face-to-face instructions. So ano yung pinagkaiba ni online learning? Is that also the same when we call it online learning and distance learning? Are they the same also? We will talk about the advantages and disadvantages, and also tips on how will you create or how will you design your lesson in an online distance learning. So I'll be talking
So,
about these things. So from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. on Monday po. Sana makasama ko po kayo kasi 10 a.m. po yon to 11 a.m. po. Then in the afternoon, we have another session
yes,
po.
meron pa rin.
Yes po.
Meron
So
pa rin po tayo ng 4 p.m. Right, Sir Jolan?
yes po. We will be posting on Monday.
Okay.
So meron pa rin po tayo sa Monday. Basta check nyo lang po lagi si EdukTrends PH. Hi Sir Jardson! Sana okay na si Sir Jardson. Hi Sir Jardson! Good afternoon ulit. Welcome back. Ayan, medyo nagkakaroon lang ng technical problem din si Sir Jardson. So, galing kay Sir Martin, thank you po for sharing your knowledge and ability of using SAI application. Really encouraging and helpful creating visual aids. Yes. Thank you po, Sir Jardson, in behalf of EdukTrends PH. Maraming salamat po. Alam niyo po, teachers, we're communicating virtually lang. We use Facebook to communicate, to invite Sir Jardson. Parang galing pa siyang Benguet. Hindi pa rin kami nagkikita personally, pero alam namin na nakita rin namin yung mga gawa niya. So, we try to invite Sir Jardson, and luckily, he accepted our invitation to talk and share his expertise dito sa EdukTrends PH. So maraming salamat, Sir Jardson. At saka sa may mga gusto pa pong mag-share ng kanilang expertise, if you want to help, ayun kasi yung pinaka-advocacy natin, if you want to help other teachers for their online business, let us know. So siguro isa kami sa mga para makatulong tayo sa ating mga teachers. Tama, Sir Frankie, di ba?
Yes, tama. So parang this proves na walang malayo at walang malapit if gusto mo talagang tumulong, no? Katulad ni Sir Jardson niya, from Benguet pa siya, from Mankayan National High School. So talagang kahit to nahihirapan tayo actually sa internet, or siya sa internet connection niya, still nakapagbahagi siya ng kanyang nalalaman sa ating lahat.
Mm-mm. And syempre, Sir Frankie, it's a free webinar for everyone. You don't need to pay like 500 pesos. You don't need to give anything just to watch this webinar. This is free. Sana para matulungan nyo lang din po kami, sana ma-share nyo rin yung link, makahikayat pa po tayo ng mga teachers na manood, kasi ayun po talaga yung goal natin, to help them, to challenge them for this online distance learning. So ayan, no. Sabi naman ni Ma'am
Oh,
Melinda, sana po magkaroon ng webinar like videos.
Naiintindihan
mhm.
George,
ako, oh my God.
hi Sir Jardson, welcome
Hi,
back.
Sir Jardson.
Sir Jardson? Sir Jardson?
Ayan. Yes.
Mhm.
Hi Sir Jardson.
Sorry po sa signal
Okay,
kanina. Sorry po.
kasama,
Okay
kasama
lang
po
po,
talaga
sir.
yan.
Hindi po maganda po yung reception kanina. Please, andito na po ako ulit to answer queries if there are.
Okay, actually sir, wala naman sila mga questions. Mga words of, ano lang, tawag dito, pasasalamat sa pag-share mo ng iyong expertise. So, meron po dito, thank you Sir Jardson for sharing your expertise to us, which was very useful. Thank you also EdukTrends PH in education. So, ayan po, di ba?
Balikan ko lang yung ano, meron kasi dito nagsasuggest kanina, no, Sir Jolan. Parang nagsabi siya na sana magkaroon ng webinar about creating cartoon-like videos. Maybe, I'm not sure, maybe baka meron sa YouTube channel ni Sir Jardson, no? Baka meron dong um, video tutorial about creating cartoon-like videos. Kaso nawala si Sir Jardson, yun sana yung tatanungin ko kanina.
Ayan. Siguro, pwede nating i-visit yung channel ni Sir Jardson. And
Mm.
syempre, also Sir Jardson, you can also like and subscribe yung mga
Yes,
videos.
support din natin siya.
Yes po. Ayan. Actually,
Ayan,
there's a really
siya yung
problem
nagbabalik.
with the internet connection. Ayan. Hello, Sir Jardson! Welcome back. So, itong mga technical problem na to, kapag nag-online lessons na kayo, talagang may experience nyo siya. Hi, Sir Jardson.
Nanonood ata si Sir Jardson ng YouTube.
Oo. Ayan, sa YouTube ata nanonood si
Signal.
Sir Jardson. Um,
And maybe, Sir Jardson, baka meron ka na lang words of encouragement maybe sa ating mga teachers. Mukhang hindi pa rin tayo naririnig ni Sir. So maybe, magbasa na lang muna tayo ng mga comments here.
ayan, go Sir.
Ito, from Ronel Calawis, very creative, Sir Jardson, and thank you, EdukTrends, of more interactive videos. Hope sa susunod po yung Adobe Photoshops. Sana. Sana makahanap tayo ng
Hello po.
speaker.
Kita na
Ayan.
ba? Dinig
Ayan
na
si
ba?
Sir. Yes, sir. Rinig na namin, sir.
Hi, Sir Jardson. We can hear you. Go ahead. Ayan. According to Sir Jardson, sa akin, medyo poor po yung connection. Kasi lagi daw kasi
Oh,
sa
yes.
Bengal.
Ayun. So, yung sabi ko po kanina, yung challenge po sa atin is, pag hindi po tayo makasecure ng learning resource, we really have to develop it. And hopefully with this video session that I prepared for all of us, will be able to um, transfer learning not just to our immediate learners but to other learners in the Philippines, because if our learning resources are rendered digitally, then it will be available nationwide, or maybe not just nationwide but worldwide, right? Ayun, so I just hope that we all keep our passion for teaching burning, and hopefully we'll be all ready this new normal education. Yun lang po siguro masasabi ko. Actually, foggy po dito sa area ko this time. So, the reception is totally not good. So, sorry po pag hindi ko po nasagot yung mga questions nyo kanina. Um, but I'll definitely get back to your comments pag na-post na po to sa Facebook and YouTube rather, and hopefully po masasagot ko siya, so pakibalikan na lang po. So thank you po ulit. Oh, by
Ayan.
the way, dun sa question po kung libre po yung SAI, yung na-share ko po na link kanina, or yung sa taas po, yung description po ng video session natin ngayon, that is good for a month only, so trial version po siya. Pero kung gusto po nating i-avail, I guess you really have to buy it. Pero sa mga kaguro ko po dito sa Mankind or Benguet, free po siya. Just look for me. PM is the key po. Hehe. Ayun po. So, thank you po ulit. Good afternoon sa inyong lahat. And I hope you enjoyed my simple presentation.
Yes, talagang nag-enjoy talaga kami, Sir Jardson. Maraming salamat. So ito, galing kay Ma'am Rosie May Katongay. Sir Jardson, pa-shoutout po sa mga kaguro ng Kanyakan National High School na nanonood. Thank you very much, EdukTrends PH, for this opportunity. Ayan, Sir Jardson, hi daw po sa mga teachers natin sa Manyakan National High School. Sir Jardson, ayan. Hello po sa mga sa mga teachers from Manyakan National High School. Hello po. Maraming salamat po sa inyo. From Ma'am Jennifer Pami, thank you, EdukTrends. Libre lang ang webinar pero ang dami mong matututunan.
Hindi talaga
More
rin.
power. So maraming salamat po. So watching from Manukan National High School, si Sir John Rafael Dinopol. So thank you, sir, for watching. And si Ma'am Jocelyn Denopol, thank you so much, EdukTrends PH. So you're welcome po. Just keep on sharing, liking, subscribe sa ating YouTube channel. Sana po, mas madami pa tayong matulungang mga kaguruan. So by next week po, meron na naman po tayong aabangan na iba't ibang topic sa ating EdukTrends PH tuwing alas-kwatro po hanggang alas-5 ng hapon. Pero sa Monday po, magkakaroon po tayo ng hindi naman special pero from 10 to 11 I'll give an introduction to an online distance learning. So ano po ba talaga ang tinatawag na online learning at distance learning? Are they different? Or parehas po ba si online learning and distance learning? So malalaman po natin yun sa darating na Lunes from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. So, salamat po. Sana manood din po kayo. I'll be sharing my personal experience in an online distance learning. So, thank you so much. Medyo may problem lang talaga sa internet connection si Sir Jardson. So with that, maraming salamat po sa pagdalo at maraming salamat po sa patuloy na pagsuporta sa EdukTrends PH. Sana po please share, please subscribe sa ating YouTube channel, teachers. Kahit isa lang po ang masama nyo everyday, dadami po tayo. So maraming salamat at see you po on Monday. Thank you so much. Dahil tayo ay sa edukasyon digital. Salamat po. Thank you, teachers.
Grabe! Hindi maganda yung...
Kita midsay. Ipailam na diyan. Ala, ako nga ako madlaw nga makikita diyan.
Hi, Sir Jardson.
Katada ka aga. Budbudega.
Mama, did I make you say something?
Oh my gosh.
Thank you, Sir Jardson. Wala na. Ayan. Bye po, teacher. Thank you.